beautiful job. It's everything I ever wanted. I don't think that it's worth. There are plenty of other fantasy books. What if that was my guy? What if I just met the love of my life? It's very childlike. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's gonna be a very exciting episode because we're doing basically an update on my 2025 reading challenge. I have been using Goodreads. I think we all as a book community don't like their, Goodreads. I love you dearly. I think we can make some changes to how the website, the app, pretty much everything looks. I think we can make it a little bit more user-friendly. But I have been keeping up with my 2025 book reading challenge on Goodreads, and right now I'm up to 9 for it's March 14th today. I'm feeling pretty good about that. My goal is 30 books, so 30% to goal, about not too shabby. But we're going to be going over every single book that I've read in 2025. If I would rate, if I recommend them, what I rate them, all of that jazz. All right, let's go ahead and get started. First book is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Everybody's like, oh my God, you're gonna love Quicksilver. All my reviews, oh my gosh, you read No, guys, I did not like Quicksilver. I did not think it was good. Quicksilver was semi-entertaining to read, sort of, but I did not like the world that it was in. I did not like I think that there's such a thing as too much fantasy. There was fae, but also there's magic metal, but also there's vampires. The vampires, guys, I think vampires can be a really dicey thing to bring into a book because the vampires have to make sense. Otherwise, it seems like a weird Twilight thing you threw in because we had an era with Edward and now you're yeah, people like vampires. No, it's not. I did not like it at all. I didn't like it. I do think I gave it 4 stars, which is, I should probably lower that rating. Actually, I'm almost positive I gave it 4 stars because the more I did, I gave it 3. I gave it 3. That feels good to me. I don't think that it's worth. There are plenty of other fantasy books to read, and anybody saying, oh, ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, Hangover, read Quicksilver is lying to your face. Do not let them do that. Okay, next I reread Heir of Fire. I've been going through the Throne of Glass series. Wait, did I finish Throne of Glass in December? Oh, I guess I did. Oh, dang, I definitely thought I started my Throne of Glass reread in 2025. Anyway, reread Heir of Fire, loved it. Throne of Glass is better the second time. It's just better the second time. Throne of Glass is fantastic the first time. It is better the second time. If you're wondering, I read it with Assassin's Blade at the beginning because the first time that I read Throne of Glass, wait for it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, why did you do that? I read Assassin's Blade last, okay? And you're like, that's not, I know, I accidentally skipped it. I don't know, but I do want you to know Assassin's Blade crushed me. There is no other book that has made me feel utterly obliterated like Assassin's Blade. I can't even really think about it. I really can't. All right, next book, The Love of My Afterlife. This is one that was recommended to me by, if you are in Charleston or you're visiting Charleston, there is a boutique called Franklin and Rose. The founder, the owner, she does amazing on social media. She recommended it to me and I'm going to describe it. So basically there is this girl and first couple pages, she dies. She dies from choking on a microwave hamburger. And it's she's like, that's a terrible way to die. She gets to the afterlife and it turns out that basically in the afterlife, everybody almost gets a therapist. She meets her therapist and she's in the waiting room to kind of go on to the afterlife. And while she's there, also she's never kissed anybody. She's never had a boyfriend. She's kind of stayed to herself. While she is in the waiting room, a person pops up, comes to the afterlife, and her therapist is like, oh my gosh, he's not supposed to be here. He just got put under at the dentist office and put her thumb to his forehead or something and he disappears. But the girl's like, oh my God, that was the most beautiful person that I've ever seen in my life. What if that was my guy? What if I just met the love of my life and you just sent him back? Send me back, send me back, send me back. Her therapist is like, girlie, that's not how this works. But also, I kind of like a good plot, and sends her back on the condition of you have to make that guy, find him and make him fall in love with you. I think kiss you, of his own will in 10 days. And then you can stay. It's unexpected. Oh my God, I'm remembering the ending now. It's so beautiful. It is such a beautiful book. One of my top books of 2025 so far. Loved it, and it's not fantasy, which is crazy. The Love of My Afterlife. It is, I mean, gosh, the ending, I didn't expect the ending. I loved it. Icebreaker, which is a novel by Hannah Grace, Maple Hills, book 1, whatever. I haven't gone on to book 1 or book 2, or like book 2, book 3, whatever. Icebreaker, I just kind of wanted like something easy breezy, beautiful, like something really fun. Icebreaker is so good, okay? It's a hockey romance. Like, it's one of those like easy snack books, okay? We're not looking for anything in depth. As far as like an easy snack book goes, I thought it was very well written. I thought the characters were really well written. Most of these easy snack books, it's like, you know, the characters are very surface level. It's very predictable, and we kind of just go on with their like stupid decisions for the sake of like being in a book. I thought that this was actually really thought out. I thought the characters were a lot more dynamic than I expected, and I highly enjoyed it. Loved it. Thought it was great. Onyx Storm. Oh, listen, the fourth one was so good. Iron Flame was disappointing. Onyx Storm was a waste of my time. I'm hoping that I need us to wrap this entire thing up, because it's crazy to end a book and realize that you've gone nowhere, answered 0 questions, and I don't even think it was needed to move the plot line forward. I didn't like it. I think I gave it a 3. I'm gonna finish the series because I'm already this far, but it's like reality television. Like, there's not anything, that's how Joseph described it. He was like, there's no substance. It's a fun read, but like, you're not gonna be satisfied by it. And I was like, yeah, that's honestly how I feel. And I'm hoping that like by the series ending, I'll have gotten that satisfaction, because books 2 and 3, I think were written just to have a book 2 and 3. It didn't actually matter at all to moving the story forward. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. If you guys watched my video from last week of my monthly favorites, you know that The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I loved this book. It's very interesting. It is about a girl who gets cursed. She like makes a deal with the devil, and she gets cursed where she cannot die. What she wants is she wants freedom. What she gets is nobody remembers her. So like, if you're talking to her and then you go into the next room, like go to the bathroom, go through a door, come back, you won't remember her. She tries to order food. They will not remember her order, like to come back. They won't remember. Once they walk away, they will not remember who she is. She'll be in the store and she'll like pass, like say she's in a bookstore, she'll pass the clerk and say, hello, welcome. And then she'll come back around, and you could tell by their face, they do not remember her coming in. She cannot write her name. She cannot say her name. She can't tell her story. Her freedom is essentially being bound to nothing, and she can't die. So you follow her through like 1700s all the way up to I think 2014. The writing is so good that for, you know, a good like first half of the book, really, maybe first 30%, you are really just seeing what this life is like in this scenario. And I think in normal circumstances, I would find it kind of slow, but I didn't, because the writing was so good, like it carried it through. And then I can't remember if it was like 30% or like halfway through, there's something happens, and then you're kind of, that's where the journey begins. It is so good. It is such an interesting thing to think about. She can't hold money. She can't hold a credit card. She can't hold a job, obviously. She can't, she goes to rent a room. She like rented a room in a hotel, and they did not remember that she bought it, even though she bought like several nights worth, I think, and they didn't remember she bought it, so they kicked her out because they thought she was a squatter. Like, she has to find somewhere to sleep like every single night. She goes on dates, and like if the date goes to the bathroom, that's it. Date's over. They won't remember her. It's really, really, really fascinating. It's sad but happy. I loved it. That's also in my top books of 2025. Straight On Till Morning by Liz Braswell. Okay, I'm like making my way through Peter Pan retellings, Neverland centered books. I really, really liked it. No, hold on. It was okay. Like, it was cute. I didn't like the ending. I didn't love how they like portrayed Wendy. It's definitely more of like the Disney Wendy. But I don't know. I didn't love it. It's not because the story was bad. I think it was a little juvenile, which it is like a Disney book, but it's not like super juvenile. I don't know. I don't really know where to put this book. Like, if you were to ask me, oh, Peter Pan retellings, what are my must reads? That's not a must read. That's one that if you're trying to go through them like I am, you kind of get it over with. And I don't need smut in every Peter Pan retelling. It is nice though. But this one, yeah, I didn't like, what I did like about it was that it was whimsical and their logic was very funny. And I think like Neverland logic can be really hard to come up with like it's odd to think about their line of logic because there isn't actual logic in it. It's very childlike and whimsical. And I liked how they portrayed that. It was okay. It was a cute story. Reread Queen of Shadows. Stunning, loved it. I don't think I need to talk anymore. If you haven't read Throne of Glass, you need to read Throne of Glass. And it is better the second time. And I think after this, like I'm doing an Audible reread, and then after this, I think I'll take a break and I'll go through and do a highlighter and sticky note reread of Throne of Glass. But I think I'm going to do a highlighter sticky note reread of ACOTAR before I do that, because I only reread ACOTAR twice, maybe 3 times. So anyway, final book, Hooked by Emily McIntyre. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you saw my review of Hooked. Again, I think like Hooked, Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and The Love of My Afterlife, top 3 books so far of 2025. I recommend you read all of them. Hooked is a Peter Pan retelling, except it's not a retelling. She describes it as a fractured fairy tale. It is dark. It is dark, it is very spicy, but the way that she imagines the characters, it's in the modern world, and so like Tiger Lily isn't Tiger Lily, the Jolly Roger isn't the Jolly Roger is a bar, who the characters are, how they come in, how she incorporates the term straight on till morning. Like it's just so good. Emily did a beautiful, Emily, can I call you Emily? Beautiful job. Beautiful job. It's everything I ever wanted. I will reread it, and I got a special edition of the book, and now I kind of got to see if there's special editions of the other ones. Thankfully, there are other books to read. People have had mixed opinions on if they're as good as Hooked or if they're better than Hooked. I don't really care. Emily, you have a new fan. I'm so excited to go through the other books. And that was my 2025 so far. 9 books. I'm currently reading. I'm kind of like blowing through a book right now on my Kindle. I need to start the tandem read for Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms. I have book club tonight, and I haven't actually, most of us didn't read the book club book for tonight, which is odd for us. I mean, we haven't had that many book clubs, but that is odd. We kind of got turned around with which book we were reading, but I'll have the book club book on my docket soon. And I have been actually reading so much better than I was last year. I'm really, really enjoying it. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys take some of these book recommendations. And if you do, please let me know down below what you are reading. And then I want to know the updates on if you like it. Please subscribe to my channel and let me know what other content that you want to see. But if you like this book content, we've been doing it a lot and I'm loving it a lot. So please subscribe, like the video, share it if you think that somebody else would enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.